Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be doing my first serious attempt on the Hugin Munin battle. Now, I already did a quick test battle, and I was actually able to very quickly get 1.35 million damage. So the battle shouldn't be too difficult in truth, provided you have the right party build. I'll go over my party setup in great detail in a separate video, because that actually took very long. I did an experimental recording of how long it went to go over my party setup, that is bonds, equipment, and soldiers upgrades, and it took me around 20 minutes. So I want to get into the fight first in this battle in video, and then you can look into my detailed party setup afterwards. Now, so let's just jump in and get started. I'll mention the key highlights about my party here, as well as alternative characters you can use. So, my party will be Matthew as a ranged attack class, Narm also as my primary damage dealer, so I have 2 damage dealers. I have Liana with Act Again, Mass Protect and Heal, as well as Tiaris with Heal, Mass Heal, and Attack Blessing to keep them healthy. Varna will be brought because she has Defense Support L, she's pure support. She is here to primarily provide mass attack, so that the enemies are immune to attack and int reduction effects. And also, she can also provide defense support, which grants immunity to defense and magic defense reduction effects. And then the last character will be Landius, who is bringing Tranquility, Indomitable, as well as Iron Helmet, because Iron Helmet has a 25% chance to reduce damage taken by 50%. The final thing I should mention is the more Overlord's badges you have, and the more last rites you have for this battle, the better. So if, for example, if you have 3 last rites, that is 1 for Narm, 1 for Matthew, and 1 for Varna, that would be ideal. And then Overlord's badges, ideally you have them on basically everyone. So Narm, Matthew, Landius, and Varna. That way you won't need mass attack or defense support whatsoever. With enough Overlord's badges, you could probably bring a 3rd character to replace Varna. Probably. Actually, no, that won't work, because you do need the mass attack to keep Liana and Tiaris' attack values high, I think. But it's an interesting concept. It might be possible. I'm not sure yet. In any case, though, but yes, more Overlord's badges keeps your characters immune to debuffs, which would be very important. Otherwise, you're going to have to carefully manage mass protect, as well as mass attack and defense support to keep them to prevent them from being debuffed. Finally, replacement characters. If you don't have an Archer Matthew like I do, you could, for example, bring Rachel as a ranged attacker. You could bring Illustrial as a ranged attacker if you have Illustrial built up, and you could also bring Sigma as a ranged attacker. Ideally, you want characters who basically can attack and retreat. That's basically what it is. Because the importance here is the attack and retreat allows you to stay out of Hugin Mun's range and prevent Hugin Munin from activating Whispering Murmurs, where if there are 3 or more than 3 enemy units within the 2-block radius of you, it deals AoE damage equal to 0.6 times your attack to all enemies within 2 blocks after taking action. Right? So other range attackers could work out very well, and I mentioned quite a few examples of them. Alright, so, and finally, rather than Varna, it's very viable to bring Chris. The problem with Chris, though, is Chris will need access to her holy line. Not the Valkyrie line, the other holy line. Because that line, my Chris doesn't have access to that line, but if she has access to that line, she gets mass attack as one of her skills. So she can then bring Strengthen, mass attack, and Dispel. So she will be a debuff removal character, as well as providing mass attack to the characters that need it, which is Matthew and Narn, right? So Chris is very viable for this fight to replace Varna, but the way I see it is, in order for me to use Chris, I'd have to put 2 runestones into her, and there's no way I'm going to do that, just for this single fight. So Varna it is for me. Finally, I should briefly, just before I start the battle, I'm going to briefly also mention that on Rocky Valley already 3 players have gotten S rank, because S rank requires 3.5 million damage. So we can see here, in fact, Method has 7.2 million damage, Zansen has 4 mil, and then Kira has 3.9 mil. And there's a bunch of others who are very close. And this is just the first day. So with the right setup and so on, this battle isn't too hard. Method, for example, is using basically my party, but he has Sigma instead of Matthew. Zansen has my party exactly for S rank. And then Kira Kira has Chris rather than Varna. So there you go. Yeah. Some minor variations, but pretty much the characters that I mentioned in truth. Alright, so with all that said, let's jump into the battle. And one last thing I should probably also mention is both Matthew and Narm actually have very low hit points for me because their toughness bond and heart bonds are not upgraded properly. So they do have maximum attack value, but they don't have survivability. But what I'm hoping for is the last rites will make up for that, allowing them to tank the hits and survive. So we'll see how well that works out. Alright, so with all that said, the final thing to note is Tiaris has a teddy bear, so that attack blessing lasts an extra turn. 3 turns rather than just 2 turns. And there is nothing else that stands out for my party at this point. So here we go. Let's begin. See, even this basic introduction, I should mention, took like 6 minutes. So it took some time to talk about. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I want Narm to hit Hugin Munin incredibly hard this first turn. So I'm going to start with Attack Blessing on Narm. And Healing Light everyone up here. So then Narm can move in and begin by tossing out the Deadeye. Positioning is important because with Matthew here, Narm gets plus 10% attack with this strike from the attack command. So you can see that was just 124k just like that. And I'm going to just move Narm over because I don't want Narm to debuff Matthew, right? But I need to also act again Narm with Liana. So Liana can move 3 here and act again Narm. Alright, next. I'm actually, this is a little bit late, but I have to apply mass attack on my party. Okay. So, and before I do that, I'm actually going to have Landius move up and Tranquility up. That happening. Let's get Liana. If I mass attack here, Liana will be affected. Perfect. So Liana will act again. Narn. And then Matthew, and then Varna will mass attack this whole group. And then that way Matthew can move up and air slash Hugin Munin. And then shift over to the left because he has King's Crown, so he can buff up Narm this way. And then the Narm, who now for this one attack will have... Oh, actually, King's Crown wasn't even necessary because Liana's Tenyo's headdress provided Narm with plus 30% damage dealt for 2 turns. Awesome. In any case though, let's have Narm attack from here. Doing another massive amount of damage with that attack. And then Landius will guard and protect Narm. And get stunned. So now it's turn 2, right? The first attack, Flying Pierce, was a physical attack doing 2.4 times damage. The second turn is an AoE attack, so no one should die as long, at least not this early on. So we can see here that Matthew currently has a defense reduction debuff, right? It's because of Hugin Munin. It's very, very annoying where after taking action, right, allies within 2 blocks of your characters can receive 1 random strong debuff for 1 turn. I think that's what it came from. So very annoying with the debuffing for and that's why, you know, characters like Liana and so on are so important for that immunity effect. Well, continuing on, I am going to have Liana. Let's see. I need to reactivate on Narm healing lights, right? And I also should heal up Matthew. So that will be the priority. And then, but the other thing is, so let's just do that. Let's have Tiaris move up and start by healing up Matthew. Removing the debuff. And then allowing Matthew to attack at 3 hit points. Now for this turn, Narm does have the roundabout, while Matthew doesn't, right? But first, what I'm going to do is I want to buff up these 2. Right? So the best way is probably to have Varna move up here, aim, and then back off. Right. Now these 2 can attack. So let's have Narm strike first. And then Matthew can attack and roundabout back. Right. And since this is the AoE attack turn, I don't actually need to be in Landius' guard range in truth. What I can do is... I'm just trying to figure this out because ideally what happens is Narm attacks from here, right? But then she loses the 10% attack increase of Matthew's attack command. So it won't really work. So I'm just going to have Narm attack from where she is. And then shift over towards that tile, right? Because Archer and Assassin soldiers actually benefit from being on terrain that provides defense increase. They hit harder. So let's just move Narm over. And then have Matthew shift over as well. Range attack from here. And then... Oh. Roundabout was... my mistake. I should have moved Narm here so that Matthew could provide King's Crown. But it's okay. And then finally, I guess I might as well mass protect everyone except herself. She doesn't really need it in the first place. It's okay. I get hit by an AoE. No one dies. Battle continues. So this turn, let's take a look. Hugin Munin has a shifting defense with Ancient Shield, right? There's turns where it is immune to physical damage, turns where it's immune to magic damage, turns where it's immune to melee damage. So this turn, it's actually immune to physical damage, right? Which means there's no point in me attacking at all. So I can just shift everyone out of the way, and I don't have to worry about it. I could theoretically leave Liana in range so that she can do a counterattack, and that might be the best option. So I'm just going to shift everyone else out of the way. That's literally it. So let's move Narm first. Let's move Matthew. Let's move Landius out of the way. I'm going to have Liana self-heal here. But first, I'm going to move other characters.
No,
it's okay. So, self-heal Liana. Varna will mass attack here. But first, let's have Tiaris mass heal, I guess. Because otherwise she is going to lose the mass attack effect. And it's actually very important for the healers to have it, I think. Wait. No. Actually, Liana can help remove debuffs, so that should be fine. Right? As long as Liana has the mass attack, I'm fine. So yeah, let's just do that. So Varna mass attack. And then Tiaris with the mass heal. So Liana takes a hit, does some counterattack damage to Hugin Munin. And now the guard effect now is magic damage. So I can jump in with all my physical attackers once more. The thing here is Flying Pierce is physical damage again, so let's go. Both characters have roundabouts. But I will need to apply attack blessing onto Narm. So let's just kind of figure this out. How to buff them up as much as possible is what this comes down to. Right. And I do, since I know Landius can tank physical attacks, I do want him to tank that hit if possible. So let's have Landius activate his tranquility here. Next, I think I'm going to have Narm attack, and then Matthew attack, and then Liana will act again, Narm, for another strike. And so many little aspects to this fight. It's actually quite annoying, I have to, if I'm being completely honest. So let's have Varna aim up here to buff these two with defense hurt, and then move up to buff Landius with it, and then Liana, and then jeez, Tiaris attack blessing Narm, so that Narm can range attack to start. And back off. And then air slash from Matthew. And back off. King's Crown buff on Narm. And then I'm going to act again Narm for some additional damage. I actually could have had Landius attack. This is just a late realization. But oh well. It is what it is. So now we're on phase 2. So for phase 2, Hugin Munin splits into their two, right? Thought and memory, or Hugin and Munin, right? So Thought has the effect of take 300% decreased range damage and increases defense by 20% of intelligence. It lasts 3 turns, cannot be dispelled, and can act again after using this skill. So you have to really kill Thought ideally before it activates this, right? At least with my party. As for Munin memory, take 20% decreased melee damage and increases attack by 20% of magic defense. Lasts 3 turns, cannot be dispelled, can act again after using this skill. So, to start, I'm going to have Narm attack with, and there's no tiles I can attack from that give me additional defense, so I'm simply going to have her use Deadeye right from here. Not quite enough damage to one shot, but pretty close. So, Landius can help. Well, actually, it'll have to be Matthew, won't it? So let's have Matthew range attack as well, and that will finish off what? Next. Gonna have Landius melee attack. Memory. Do some damage to him while he has not activated his guard skill. Let's have Tiaris come up and mass heal, I guess. Tiaris will mass heal, but before that, let's... Just figuring out all these skills is always annoying. Let's mass attack and then mass defense. Right? So mass attack, or mass defense and mass attack. So yeah. Varna. The mass attack. Liana. The mass defense. The most important characters who get it is still my attackers at the end of the day. If the healers get debuffed, it's manageable. Landius gets melee attacked by memory, does nothing due to the shield effect of memory. Right? But that's okay. That's why I have Narm and Matthew in this battle. So Narm first with the snipe attack. Matthew is next. Memory goes down. And I'm just going to King's Crown buff Narm, I think. No. Unfortunately I can't because Narm is... I need to guard Narm with Landius. Now, for this phase, which is phase 3, Flying Pierce has switched to magic damage. Important note. So, Landius will struggle in this phase to deal with it. But it's still early. The turns are still early. I'm pretty sure my Landius can tank this initial hit. So going to have to, I guess, gamble a little in that sense. But as long as he can tank it, I'll be fine. So let's just have Varna aim up to provide the defense support to make sure Landius has it. So this way it's guaranteed that Landius gets defense support for damage reduction. And that should be enough to keep him alive. So Landius tanks the hits. And yes, he does survive. Although in the future he won't. Alright, so for this phase, Matthew does not have roundabout, and Narm does. So what I'm going to have to do is first, let's see. I'm going to mass attack everyone here so that they can't get debuffed. Then I'm going to have Matthew air slash to start things off, and I have to hope that the King's Crown buff affects Narm for extra damage. If it doesn't, you know, I just do a bit less damage. Yeah, it didn't affect Narm. So be it. Now, Narm needs to be able to attack and retreat to get out of range of the... Otherwise, the Whispering Murmurs will do that AoE damage to me. So, why don't I attack Blessing with Tiaris to start on Narm, and then have her attack and move out of the way. And now I'm going to have Narm retreat back out of the way, like so. And then Liana will just heal up Landius, and then AoE heal the rest of my party. So there we go. Piercing Shriek, AoE damage to my whole party. Oh, and Piercing Shriek has a new effect. It applies a mobility debuff as well. So I'm going to have to heal that up right away. So let's just start with a mass heal from Tiaris to get rid of that debuff and bring everyone up to full health. Alright. So Matthew can attack and retreat because he has roundabout. And ideally a King's Crown buff Narn. So I should probably move Landius out of the way if possible, but I can't really. He has to protect Narn. Actually, let's see. The current turn has melee damage taken is reduced by 300%. So yeah, let's just Tranquility here with Landius. And then Matthew can attack. And then back off a tile and hopefully buff up Narm with King's Crown. Yay! Narm can next follow up with another attack, but before I do that, why don't I have Varna maybe just aim up here to buff up these two with defense support L, and then shift here to provide another buff, like so. Then Narm can attack. Doing a good amount of damage. And then Liana can act again. Narm for yet one more strike. Getting a lot of debuffs on my party. This is not good. But it's fine. I mean, in terms of ultimately the most important thing I think is damage output, and that is going pretty well. So Landius guards the strike. And the battle continues.
ご命令を。行くぞ。わかりました。ご指示は？ご命令。行くぞ。
Wow, look at that. Matthew has so many debuffs of attack.
Hey.
So for now, why don't I have Liana? Mass Protect start. To remove as many debuffs as possible from everyone, so that the battle can continue more efficiently. Both of them have their roundabout down, but Landius can guard them both, so it's okay. In terms of the shield effect on Hugin Munin, it is currently physical damage decrease. So actually I might as well just retreat back this turn. Right. There's no point in attacking when I will do absolutely no damage. And in addition, it's the magic damage attack again, so even more reason to retreat. So let's get everyone out of the way. Nice and easy. Whoops, I'm still debuffing them, my allies. Alright, mass attack. So, I need to remove that attack debuff on Matthew right now before I even attack with him. So why don't I have Narm start with a Deadeye Strike? But before that, I should probably have Attack Blessing. Aim, buff, and then back off to buff some more. And then Narm will attack and retreat. Matthew can attack and retreat as well. I actually forgot to apply Attack Blessing onto Narm, but I'll do it now, so whatever. It'll last longer, I suppose. I guess I will have to move Liana first here. But let's just move Landius first. Then Liana to remove that last debuff on Matthew, so he can actually do full damage with his attack. Seriously, such a hassle. now we get hit by an AoE attack. Nobody dies. And most importantly, Tiaris is ready with a mass heal. Right.
了解です。わかりました。行くぞ。了解です。
First, I'm going to mass attack here.
油断めされるな。行くぞ。ご命令を。そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。
Uh-oh. The mass heal was not enough to raise everyone up to full hit points. Interesting. I may struggle to attack properly then.
はい。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
行くぞ。はい。
Alright, then I have to heal Narm before.
そして。行くぞ。はい。
And then that way, Narm.
行くぞ。わかりました。
Toss out a second range attack to wipe out Hugin Munin.
行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わ
And
っ
I
てい
guess
ない
I'll。follow up with attacks from everyone else.
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
Melee attack did nothing.
行くぞ。
And then Matthew can range attack here. So I think my repositioning was a mess just now. But it's okay. I mean, I got through that phase, and that's what's the most important. So once again, I have to kill off Plot. Right?
行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっ。了解です。
So
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
ご指示は？はい。そうだ。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。はい。
Narn starts. And shift.
行くぞ。
Matthew to follow up. And he just end this turn here.
はい。
みんな、
Landius
も
can
っと頑張れ。
finish.
はい。もう私の番。はい。
Liana can act again Narm for another attack, I guess.
思考。そして。わかりました。そうだ。了解です。そうだ。了解です。
I'm going to aim
今こ
Varna
そ
here
進軍の時。
provide some defense support
ご指示
elbows.
は？わかりました。
And then let's heal up. Doesn't really matter who.
できた。わかりました。
So that Narm can attack. Alright.
はい。もう私の番？
Attack lesson
まだ終わらないよ。
on Narm to start.
行くぞ。わかりました。
And then she can snipe memory and actually get totally out of the way.
行くぞ。
Next, Hugin Munin. Their first attack is now is magic damage. So I have to evade it, don't I?
みんなもっと頑張れ。戦いはまだ終わっていない。
But with Tiaris where she is, I'm not sure I can evade it.
ご指示は？行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
了解です。
みんなもっと頑張れ。俺に力を貸してくれ。行くぞ。
ご指示は？
I have Varna mass attack here. Just needs to buff everyone but Narm.
今こそ進軍の時。行くぞ。はい。ご命令を。
Liana needs to heal up.
これが私の信じる心です。行くぞ。
And then Matthew can just ranged attack here or here. You know what? Why don't I just retreat Matthew this turn? Because he's in a very awkward position. For him to attack, he has to move up like this. And then Landius can't guard him. So I think I'd be better off just retreating. And Landius tanked that magic hit just fine. AoE turn. So it's an arm attack. Excuse me. Then math. Varna can aim up and shift back. Just going to have Tiaris heal up Matthew so he can air slash here. And then retreat backwards. And then finally, I'm just going to mass protect everyone with Liana and talent heal everyone to fall. So piercing shriek. But everyone was at full hit points, so nobody dies. Now I have to start with a mass heal.
行くぞ。ご指示は？はい。
Oh no, Liana got attack debuffed.
了解です。
I should have started with a mass attack.
行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。
はい。 了解
That
です。
this debuff management is hell, I
ご指示は？
swear.
ご命令を。
So, roll back a turn. What a pain, seriously.
行くぞ。了解です。油断めされるな。行くぞ。ご命令を。
Then I can mass heal.
行くぞ。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
はい。行くぞ。わかりました。行くぞ。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
And then this turn is the single target strike turn. But physical damage decrease of 300% this turn, so I can just retreat.
行くぞ。わかりました。行くぞ。ご命令を。わかりました。ご命令を。
That's probably the best thing to do. I'll have Liana self-heal.
思考。
Talent heal the others.
行くぞ。戦いはまだ終わっていない。
Shift the one
行くぞ。
out of range of Hugin Munin since I can't hurt him this turn.
わかりました。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
There's a lot of turns where you can't do damage to this boss.
行くぞ。
In truth. That's what I'm learning out.
行くぞ。はい。もう私の番？ご指示は？行くぞ。はい。
But so be it.
もう私の番？
I'll start with attack blessing on Narm
行くぞ。
so that she can deadeye. And retreat.
行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
Landius can tranquility here.
俺に力を貸してくれ。
行くぞ。了解です。
And then I can
今こそ進軍の時。了解です。
these two were buffed, so I might as well try to buff these two in the north, I guess.
行くぞ。
So Matthew will range attack. And retreat. And then another attack from Narn. So I think I'll act again. Narn.
これが私の信じる心です。わかりました。
So that Narm will snipe Hugin Munin. Uh-oh. Getting some attack debuffs now. But it's kind of working out, so overall I can't complain. Let's have Liana Mass Protect to start. And I have to make sure Narm is at full hit points before she attacks. Annoying.
行くぞ。わかりました。行くぞ。ご命令を。はい。行くぞ。はい。はい。
Narm can attack and retreat.
行くぞ。わかりました。
But I have to bring her to full hit points, as I mentioned.
行くぞ。
That's what I'm struggling with.
もう私の番？
Alright. So let's move. I also need to remove debuffs on like my whole party too. Oh boy. Alright, let's try this then. Let's have Liana Mass Protect here. And her talent will remove debuffs on most of my party. Right. Even though Narm is not at full hit points, she still has attack blessing, so she should actually still be okay and survive. But just in case, I'm going to move Let's mass attack here first, before anything else. So that Liana can avoid getting further debuffs. And then let's mass heal here, I think. No, I need to save the mass heal for next turn, the AoE attack, right? So, single target heal. Alright. So Narm can range attack here. Roundabout back a tile, like so. And then Matthew can range attack here. Air slash. Good enough. As long as I don't die to the AoE, I'm good to go. Yep. Starting to get dangerous though, in terms of trying to keep them alive, it seems. Turn 18. Alright. Start off with a mass heal. Liana needs to bring them to full health. But it's physical damage decrease turn, so I'm just going to move back. Oh no, not the debuffs again. Alright, I'm going to spread out to avoid debuffing other characters. Jeez. What? Oh, because Tiaris didn't get the mass
ご指示は？
attack, I guess.
行くぞ。
That's why she got debuffed.
了解です。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。
ご命令を。ご指示は？油断めされるな。ご指示は？行くぞ。ご命令を。人、思考、そして
戦いはまだ終わっていない。
Debuff
油断する
hell.
な。
That's what this really is. So,
ご命令を。了解です。
mass attack to prevent
油
further
断めされる
debuffs
な。
to start things off.
行くぞ。ご命令を。もう私の番？
みんなもっと頑張れ。
そうだ。はい。行くぞ。はい。はい。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
はい。
Liana will probably end her turn. So that other character. Okay.
そうだ。ご命令。行くぞ。
Who needs healing light?
わかりました。そうだ。行くぞ。
Matthew does. So I'm going to have to do it. So let's move Tiaris over like this. An attack blessing. None.
できた。行くぞ。はい。わかりました。
Narm can snipe Hugin Munin. Move back.
行くぞ。
みんなもっと。
はい。行くぞ。はい。
戦いはまだ終わ
I'm
っていない。
simply going to have Liana move forward and heal. Rather than use her act again, because I want to save that for next turn.
行くぞ。
So then Matthew can finish off Hugin Munin. And stay here.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。
And then Landius, I guess, shifts forward initially. Activating.
言うだけ無駄だ。これを食らえ。
行くぞ。
And once again, the priority is to take down Thought.
わかりました。もう私の番？行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断。
了解です。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
So let's have Landius melee attack memory.
行くぞ。ご指示は？ご命令を。わかりました。
Narm. Move forward to ranged attack.
行くぞ。ご命令を。行くぞ。そうだ。はい。
Liana will act again. Narm.
これが私の信じる心です。行くぞ。もう私の番？了解です。
Varna can, I don't know. Aim up.
油断めされるな。了解
And
です。
shift up.
行くぞ。
Tiaris can mass heal everyone here. Narm can Deadeye attack bot. And Matthew has Air Slash, so you can shift over one. Landius takes the hits from memory.
行くぞ。はい。了解です。
And Varna will start off with the mass attack.
今こそ
So
進軍
clearly,
の時。
first action always has to basically be Varna
行くぞ。
for mass attack.
戦いはまだ終わって。
行くぞ。
You can work with the other things, but that
もっと頑張
doesn't
れ。
seem to change.
行くぞ。わかりました。行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
行くぞ。はい。行くぞ。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
ご命令を。え、もう私の番？はい。これが私の信じる心です。そうだ。え、もう私の番？
Alright. So Landius does not have he did not have the 15% damage reduction from Varna, so he died there. But that's fine. You know, first death here at this point, I can accept it. I can only have 2 characters in range of Hugin and Liana, right? So I have to be careful there. So who has roundabout? Narm does. And annoyingly, I actually shifted Hugin and Munin down a tile due to where Varna was. So I'm not in position to properly attack with the terrain tile. Oh boy. That is annoying. But nothing I can do about it, so I attack. Wow. Narm nearly died there with a single target strike. Let's see if Matthew can attack. I may have to just roll back a turn here. Oh, Matthew survived too. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what happened there then. Let's aim at Varna. And shift her out of the way. I'm going to just attack Blessing Narm now. It's late, but that's fine. And I'm going to have Liana heal up everyone with her talent. AoE attack. Everyone lives. Varna nearly died. Showing Varna is the most vulnerable of my party. No surprise, she has the lowest hit points, right? 7,775 as opposed to the 9,000 everyone else has. Okay, so normal attack, where melee damage is reduced by 300%. Interesting. I'm curious enough to try placing Landius here to see if his counter attack is considered melee damage. So let's do that. Next, forgot the mass attack. So I'll do it now. Tiaris is going to have to heal herself, I guess, and talent heal the others. And that was done so that Tiaris can mass heal. Had to remove debuffs. So then Matthew can air slash. And get out of the way. And then Narm can attack from here. And let's see if Landius does damage with this defense. It does, so it is considered a ranged counter attack. Good. So we're back to Flying Pierce. And I want to experiment here yet again to see if Landius can tank it if he has the 15% damage reduction of magic defense support L. So that's what I'm going to experiment with right now. Narn will fire. Oh crap, she's not at full hit points. But due to attack blessing, she survived, thankfully. And move back. Matthew will also range attack. He's at full hit points, so even though his defense has been reduced to almost nothing, he should be... Oh no, he's not at full hit points either. So he died. Turn roll back!
行くぞ。ご命令を。ご命令を。そうだ。ご命令を。ご命令を。
So I guess
これが私の信じる心です。
talent heal just so Matthew can attack. Doing an amazing 40 damage. Wow, I totally was not paying attention to the guard skill, clearly. Right, physical damage reduced up 300%. And no, Landius cannot take a hit here. So it's retreat turn, in other words. Wait. Which round am I on? Okay. This is the turn that I need to retreat everyone, rather than attack. There we go. So Liana currently, she has int immune to attack and int down, but I guess because she already has this debuff, it's continuing to stack. That's annoying. So I guess I'll have her just try to self-heal to remove it. I don't know what else I can do. Try to get rid of it.
了解です。
戦いはまだ終わってい戦いはまだ終わっていない。
了解です。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
行くぞ。そうだ。行くぞ。わかりました。行くぞ。了解です。そうだ。了解です。今こそ進軍の時。ご指示は？もう私の番？そうだ。
Alright, so here we go.
ご指示は？もう私の番？
AoE attack turn. So if I mass defense.
もう私の番？はい。行くぞ。
Tiaris has to buff up. Narn.
ご指示は？そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。行くぞ。了解です。
Let's mass attack here. Before I mass attack, let's actually use Liana.
人、思考、そして行くぞ。
Alright.
了解です。
Then mass attack.
今こそ進軍の時。行くぞ。わかりました。 行くぞ。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
I suppose I can have Landius melee strike this turn. Single target strike turn. Let's mass heal to start.
Minna! Minna!
Landius with Tranquility. After the attack from Matthew, I guess.
行くぞ。はい。ご命令を。はい。
So Narm fires. She's damaged, but attack blessing. I believe in it.
行くぞ。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
行くぞ。ご命令を。
Liana. Act again.
そして。行くぞ。
みんな。
行くぞ。
Matthew air slash and retreat. Narm with the second ranged attack. And he can just turn there, I guess. Whatever.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。 油断するな。
Landius, Tranquility. Matthew's getting rapidly debuffed.
了解です。今こそ進軍の時。了解です。
Landius tanks the hit.
行くぞ。はい。
Okay.
ご命令。はい。行くぞ。はい。了解です。
Start with a mass
今こそ
attack.
進軍の時。行くぞ。ご命令。行くぞ。ご命令を。人、思考、そして。行くぞ。
See if I can remove all those debuffs. So I just want to kill Hugin Munin here. So I'm going to save the attack skill for the next group. Whoops! Turn roll back. Right. all physical damage immunity,
わかりまし
so
た。
let's get out of range.
行くぞ。ご命令を。了解です。油断召されるな。行くぞ。え、もう私の番？聞いてきた。行くぞ。ご命令を。人、思考、そして行くぞ。行くぞ。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
Good enough.
行くぞ。
So now I need to kill Hugin Munin.
わかりました。
みんな
わかりました。ごめん。そうだ。ご指示は？え？もう私の番。ご指示は？ご命令を。わかりました。了解です。
So let's aim up here.
今こそ進軍の時。ご指示は？
And then shift over.
行くぞ。
Alright. Next. Narm is at full hit points,
戦いはまだ終わっ
so let's have her attack. But before that, let's attack blessing her.
もう私の番。そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。行くぞ。わかりました。
In goes Narm. Down goes Hugin Munin.
行くぞ。ご命令を。行くぞ。
Matthew with the follow-up attack. We'll also shift. Liana needs to move forward so that she can act again. Narm. And then let's have Landius strike.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
And heal himself. Alright.
そうだ。了解です。
So we start with the mass attack. Which cannot affect Liana. Not good.
ご命令を。
Alright, let's plan that out afterwards. First, let's have Narm strike against Thought.
そうだ。 行くぞ。
みんな、もっと
Oh,
が。
that won't work. I have to mass attack first. Alright, I'll give up on Matthew. That's fine.
油断召されるな。
I think it's more important to have my healers be buffed than Matthew.
そうだ。
Tiaris can mass heal. Going to have Matthew attack first. And then Narm.
ご命令を。
みんな
Well,
もっと頑張れ
Landius can actually finish off thoughts. Or I can just have him melee attack me. But I don't think Landius can take 2 hits. Thus, I have to take down thoughts.
ご命令。
みんなもっと頑張れ言うだけ無
Landius
駄だ
tranquility here.
これを食らえ
ご命
And I'm
令
going
を
to。have Liana. Just, I guess, act again.
これが私の信じる心です。
行くぞ
So that he can strike thoughts. Finish it off. And I have crossed 3.8 million, just like this. This was not even a perfect run. I made a lot of mistakes with positioning and so on, but still. This is still a successful run. So there we go.
Go. ご指示は？
戦いはまだ終わっていない油断するな
もう私の番？まだ終わらないよ。ご命令を。
戦いはまだ終わっていない油断するな
はい。了解です。今こそ進軍の時。了解です。
行くぞ
Guess I'll continue to see just how much further I can get than this, but yeah.
行くぞ
そうだ。
I don't think I'm gonna get much further. The AoE attack should be able to wipe out Varna soon, and then that would wipe out my whole party.
戦いはまだ終わっていない
ご命令を。
Nonetheless,
わかりました。
I'm actually rather surprised I got this far.
わかりました。
行くぞ
わかりました。
So I'm going to have Narm Saber skills.
行くぞ
He is
戦
killing
いはま
off
だ終わっていない油断するな行くぞ
memory doesn't really need me to waste my skills.
So, そうだ。了解です。そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。ご指示は？
Perfect.
行くぞ
So with this, I'm going to have Narm.
はい。
行くぞ
And Matthew be ready to hit.
はい。
So let's have Narm do it, because she has roundabout. So that she can get out of range, like this.
行くぞ
And then Matthew can shift out of range, because I need to avoid Flying Pierce for sure now. I
行くぞ
think.
ご命令。
戦いはまだ終わっていない油断するな
ご命令を。そうだ。できたー。はい。ご指示は？
hold off on the mass attack as well. I'm going to need it, but I need to make sure everyone including Tiaris can be buffed. So actually maybe I'll just roll back a turn. The battle's pretty much over, so I can afford to waste the rollback at this point. And the mass attack. Alright, there we go. And here we go with the mass attack turn. Everyone outputting as much damage as they possibly can. Narm starts with Deadeye. Liana will act again. Narm. Matthew is going to air slash. Just end turn. Narm will attack a second time and retreats. Landius Tranquility. Tiaris will heal up Narm to full. And then Varna will just aim to buff up as many characters as possible. So, Piercing Shriek. Who died? Matthew did. So there we go. So that shows why I said that this battle is just about over.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
了解です。油断めされるな。了解です。わかりました。そうだ。できた。わかりました。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
So this battle will drag on for a little bit longer, it looks like. As for exactly how long it'll last, though, I actually don't know.
そして
Once Varna is dead, probably. But it could last longer.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
わかりました。わかりました。了解です。油断めされるな。
Varna starts with a mass attack.
わかりました。
Tiaris follows up by healing.
できた。はい。
Narm follows up with a ranged attack.
ご命令を。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
I mean, he can activate Tranquility, it doesn't really matter here.
俺に力を貸してくれ。
はい。
And
ご命令を。これが私の信じる
activate
心です。
Narm
はい。
so that she can attack one more time, maybe? Or does that kill her off? That killed her off. So, one more rollback. So I don't act again.
ご命令を。
I simply heal her to full hit points,
ご命令を。
which she can probably do by doing a Mass Protect and Talent Heal.
そして
Yeah.
わかりました。そうだ。
Mass Heal to
了解
start,
です。
but before that, let's have
油断めさ
Varna
れるな。
aim.
ご指示は。
End turn.
わかりました。
Then a Mass
もう
Protect.
私の番。
Oh, sorry, Mass Heal
できた。
from Tiaris.
わかりました。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
わかりました。ご命令を。
Liana can heal up.
思考。そして。わかりました。
allowing Narm to strike.
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
Uh-oh. And Liana now has multiple debuffs that may have screwed me.
わかりました。了解です。油断めされるな。はい。もう私の番。はい。ご命令を。そうだ。
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
はい。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。 油断するな。
はい。もう私の番？まだ終わらないよ。はい。
Okay. Final rollback. And I'm going to go back to the previous turn to prevent Liana from having so many debuffs. Which actually just simply involves ending Landius' turn first.
みんな、もっと頑張れ。
So before everyone else can get debuffed,
わかりました。
then
そうだ。
I mass heal.
効いてきた。わかりました。
Then
ご命令を。
Liana heals up. Narm?
これが私の信じる心です。わかり
And
ました。
then Narm does one more attack on Hugin Munin. And I actually have to avoid this flying pierce, don't I? You know what? I think it's about time to quit. I'm getting so sick of this. Oh. I've already passed the 3.8 million mark, but now it's just farming for a tiny bit more damage. But this is turning into such a nightmare.
ご命令を。わかりました。ご命令を。そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。はいはい。人、思考、そしてわかりました。
So let's just get her out of range.
わかりました。
AoE attack turn. Narm starts off with Deadeye. Doing absolutely no damage. What a waste of a skill. Alright.
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。言うだけ無駄だ。これを食らえ。
はい。ご指示は？今こそ進軍の時。ご指示は？ご指示は？はい。そうだ。まだ終わらないよ。はい。人、思考、そして
Once Varna dies, I don't think I can survive any longer, because I won't have mass attack anymore.
できた。わかりました。ご指示は？油断めされるな。わかりました。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
人、思考、そしてわかりました。
That was a pretty good hit.
So, 了解です。油断めされるな。ご指示は？わかりました。え？もう私の番？できたー。はいはい。人、思考、そしてわかりました。
Alright. So if Narm attacks here and retreats, he'll avoid debuffing Liana.
みんなもっと頑張れ。
There we go.
わかりました。
みんなもっと頑張れ。俺に力を貸してくれ。はい、
了解です。今こそ進軍の時。わかりました。もう私の番？できたー。はい。
I really need to pay attention to that. Every single time I'm running into this physical damage taken decrease thing. Oh boy. It's okay.
これが私の信じる心です。はい。もう私の番？できたー。はい。ご指示は？油断めされるな。ご指示は？わかりました。はい。人、思考、そしてわかりました。
みんなもっと頑張れ。
And I've applied so many debuffs on my healers now that I think I'm screwed.
わかりました。了解です。了解です。
戦いはまだ終わっていない。油断するな。
わかりました。
Although maybe I can escape from this. I don't know.
ご
Let's
命
see.
令を。了解です。油断めされるな。
I'm now doing basically damage once every 3 turns, roughly. This is so crazy.
人、思考、そしてもう私の番？できたー。わかりました。
Right, is this every turn is getting here? Every turn where I normally attack, it has the physical damage taken decrease. this cycle. So I can't even attack this turn as a result of it. So I guess the turn that I killed Hugin and Munin when they were separated was a terrible turn. Wow. So many little things involved in this. Oof. And it's over. So now I know I can survive till roughly turn 46. This is basically the last attack. Because Narm wasn't even brought to full health. And there we are. S rank, 4.47 million damage. Current ranking was second. It is what it is. That took much longer. That dragged on for sure. But hey, I managed to somehow surpass Dancing. So I'll take it, right? Alright, so there we go. A few more of these super class mastery boxes that apparently buff holy units as well as dragons. I don't know where the dragon part came from, but yeah. And I was actually somehow able to advance into the third stage within 6 turns. I don't know when that happened. Okay. So maybe I'll go and try to get this feat, advance to stage 2 within 2 turns. And maybe advance to stage 4 within 10 turns? I don't know. But yeah. Got a whole bunch of defeats. So I'll have to look into getting, I mean, Raven Throne I think is pretty easy. I already use Liana, Tiaris, Landius, right? And Matthew. So that's already 4 characters. If I simply bring Chris rather than Varna, that would get me that achievement. Right? The use 5 protagonist one. As for Legion of Glory characters, right? I have Liana again, I have Chris, I have Narm. That's 3. Right? So I would maybe replace Landius with Ledin for 4. And then the 5th one that I would bring, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tiaris is a must. And then the 5th one would be maybe another ranged attacker. So maybe, for example, Hein, right? Because all I'm aiming for there is merely B rank. Right? So I probably won't do a video of these. I think I can definitely do both of them. But they both need me to build Chris, it looks like. In order to have the mass attack. Right? Sorry, the mass strengthen. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I'll wait on these 2 achievements. When I actually have spare runestones, I'll build Chris and I can get both of them. But for 200 for 200 Trinity crystals, it's definitely not worth wasting 2 runestones at this time. And there we have it. So at this point, I guess I'll go over my party in detail. Took a while, didn't it? The battle itself. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So here we go. party details. First, my training grounds are very much not upgraded. Holy Knights are level 5, although Shrine Maidens are level 9, which were used by Liana. Right? In terms of these upgrades, I've been slowly upgrading core attack, so it's currently at level 17, but the other ones are at level 14. Although Holy Light Protection is at level 8, but it didn't really matter in this particular fight. So that was the Holy Training Ground. The Archer and Assassin is terrible. You can see here, it's all 34%, which means they're all at level 14. Here. The Firebrand Snipers that I used were level 5 on Matthew. And the Sky Archers that I used on Narm were level 9. In addition to that, the 2 techs, which are quite useful, especially Jungle Ranger, is only level 5, right? Because Jungle Ranger adds bonus damage dealt by your soldiers. So I only have a 13% damage dealt increase, and this can increase up quite significantly. I think it ends at 30% damage increase, so I'm missing 17% additional damage on these soldiers. But in this first place, the soldiers aren't even at level 10, and this core attack tech is not at level 10, so whatever, right? In truth, for my Archer and Assassin Training Ground, I haven't really focused on it. I don't have any level 10 soldiers except for the Bolt Rangers, and the Bolt Rangers are leveled up to make Tiaris have high survivability. Everything else is... none of them are at level 10 yet. Long story short. So those are the 2 training grounds, right? Oh, and I suppose Royal Cavalry, max level on them, and 14, 14, 14 on everything else. Alright, so next, let's talk about bonds. The reason Matthew died so early is because his bonds are not really that upgraded. You have max, max, max on that, level 2 on his toughness bond, and level 9 on his strength bond. So I could really, if I upgraded this a bunch, I could probably increase his survivability. Right? His heart bond and the toughness bond. But you know what? I got S ranking. I'm not really looking to go any further. I'd rather save those resources to upgrade PvP-oriented characters, like for example, finish off my Omega, who is currently lacking his heart bond as well as toughness bond, and work on, let's say, Yulia, right? Because my Yulia is at 20% right now. I have to build her up completely from scratch. And then other than that, there is also, yeah, so I also have to build up Rachel, for example. Finish her off too. So there's a bunch of characters that I'm looking at upgrading other than Matthew, so I probably won't touch him for a while. S rank is good enough. Narm, similarly, bond-wise, 76%, isn't very upgraded. Max, max, max. Toughness bond is not even unlocked, okay? The strength bond was at level 9 for maximum damage dealt, but even her heart bond is only at level 7. That works for her because she mainly had attack blessing whenever she attacked, so it was okay. But I could definitely finish up this for additional 5% hero stats. But once again, I got S rank without it. This is good enough. As for the others, Varna is 95%. Everything is upgraded except for the toughness bond, which is missing 1 upgrade, which is fine. She wasn't even the first one to die in this battle, so it's okay. Liana, pretty much the same, 95%. Toughness bond wasn't upgraded, missing 1 upgrade. Once again, has not been necessary. Liana is never the first character for me of my party to die. Tiaris is fully upgraded, right? And we saw that she died before Liana did. And then Landius, as my PvP tank, is also fully upgraded. So next, so I talked about my training ground, my bonds, and now let's talk about the equipment on these characters that I used. Everyone that could have a last rites had a last rites for this fight. Matthew had a wind cutter dagger for some defense reduction on the enemy. You could also replace that with let's say a Hydra's bow at level 50. That would reduce the enemy's damage dealt by 20%, maybe allowing your party to survive longer if it kicks in at the right times. But defense decrease allowed me to do more damage. I think overall the wind cutter dagger ended up being a superior option. Right. Matthew also had Last Rites, King's Crown for increasing damage, and a Judge's Talisman. Next, Liana's equipment set has not changed for a while. Red Moon, Tenyo's Robe, Tenyo's Headdress, Holy Ring. It may be worth replacing this Holy Ring with a Goddess tier if you have a level 50 Goddess tier, right? Because that would provide additional healing and an additional debuff Dispel. You don't actually need that immunity to silence in this case. So that could be a worthwhile replacement if you have a Holy Ring at level 50 with, let's say, the proper enchant. You know, I have a level 50 I have a level 50 Goddess tier, but mine has a Thorns enchant, and I'm not really going to change that. Tiaris. The key item for Tiaris was definitely the teddy bear, right? Providing that heal plus 15%, and most importantly, allowing attack blessing to last an extra turn. I did give her a Charon. I'm not sure that it ever actually kicked in truth. I actually don't think it ever kicked in. So, because I don't think Tiaris was ever within 3 blocks of the opponent. So it is what it is. Death Robe and Goddess's Left Hand round out Tiaris' equipment. They're more just... they were temporary items that I built, and I've never found a replacement yet. Right, for the Death's Robe, the Goddess's Left Hand is a solid option with the mobility debuff and plus 15% healing effect. Talked about these 3. So Landius. Landius' gear is his own: Overlord's Badge, Aeneas' Helmet, Mirror Armor, and Dragon Slayer Gram. He was here to tank hits. This worked out quite well. His hit point value wise is 4435 plus 3530. So quite significant. Basically close to 8,000 hit points, base hit points, and it worked out very well for him, right? There was a I mean, once again, I can just show this quickly. The only thing I could reroll is this Mirror Armor, right? Replacing it with a better roll, or even replacing it entirely with, let's say, an Aeolus's Battle Armor for this particular fight. I only have one Aeolus though, and it's currently on Leonhard with a magic enchant, and I'm not going to replace that. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. If I get a second one, I may give, you know, Landius that Aeolus at that point. And Aeolus' helmet, right? It just gives so much hit points and defense. That's really it, right? This is basically 16% hit points and then 20% defense. So it's just great for this fight. And then the Overlord's Badge, right? This could also get a reroll for more attack and some hit point boost right now, but this is very much a low priority reroll at the end of the day. Landius was not the first character for my party to die once again, so I don't really need to reroll it. And then the last 2 characters were SRs. Narm has pretty much this gear set, right? Bloody Melody, a Last Rites with 4% attack and 7% hit points, a Twilight Helmet with 11% hit points and 75 hit points, and then an Overlord's Badge with 10% attack and 8% crit chance increase. Narm died after Matthew did, so yeah. And then I should actually show Matthew's enchants as well, right? I'm not sure I showed the Last Rites. So Last Rites was 13% hit points with 7% defense. King's Crown was 11% hit points with 4% attack. And then Judge's Talisman had no attack, it was a defense increase with 7% attack, 5% defense, and 10% crit. Still a very good enchant, you know. And then last but not least is Varna. And Varna here, the defense support L really helped keep characters alive, right? Because of the effect of decreased damage taken by 2 friendly units within 2 blocks by 15%. Combined with aim, you had a pretty good chance of buffing potentially 4 characters. Definitely, usually it was 3. Right? the immunity to defense and magic defense reductions also really helped in keeping, let's say, Matthew from getting debuffed that way. And then the mass attack was absolutely critical and clutch to this fight. And aim was able to refresh mass attack so that Varna could use it every 2 turns. Gear wise, last night, because it gives 583 hit points, and that's a good amount. It doesn't have the thorns enchant, but it didn't make a difference. In truth, I just needed hit points for this piece of gear. Right? It didn't matter which one it was, but of the gear that I have here, the only one that actually really provided a good amount of hit point increase was the last night. So everything else was lances. Sorry, everything else was axes, which provide much less hit points. This last race was from Juggler, with 7% hit points, 10% defense, and 6% magic defense increase. This Najord's Feathered Crown was from Listel, with 9% hit points and 11% magic defense increase. And of course the base 10%. And then this Overlord's Badge was also from Juggler, which provided 7% hit points, 7% defense. So these enchants, combined with 2 parts of Thorns giving another 10% hit points, kept the Varna alive longer than Matthew. So there you go. Somehow, Varna, even though Varna is not class specific to this fight, survived longer than Matthew did. So now I'm just going to move some of that gear back to my original characters, because I'm probably not going to do this fight again, right? At least not for this rotation. And there you have it. That was my party for this fight. And this was literally my first serious attempt at it, and I already got S rank. So if you have the right characters built up, or reasonable characters built up, it really is not too difficult of a fight. You do need 2 ranged attackers though, and that may be a struggle for a lot of people, because they may not have 2 ranged attackers who are protagonists or Legion. Protagonists and Legion of Glory, right? Those are the factions. Archer Matthew made it very easy for me in this case, and I know not everyone has an Archer Matthew, so it is what it is. With just 1 attacker, which is just Narm, you'll probably have much less damage output than I did, which may cap you at significantly less damage. But once again, most people who don't have an Archer Matthew can probably instead use Rachel and get pretty far with Rachel. Didn't I see someone up here using Rachel, in fact? Let's see. There we go. 3.3 million, Mystic Star had Rachel as a secondary attacker, right? So Narm, Rachel, Landius, Chris, rather than Varna, Tiaris, and Liana. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And on that note, Nitro out.